Hello there, God bless you. My name is Yorick Jimenez. I'm 19 years old and I'm part of the group of the Jovenes. And this is my first time doing something like this. My first time preaching or giving words of motivation through a camera, not to a person. Even though it's my first time, it's a first time for everything. Trying something new. And right now it's not a time of not trying to feel uncomfortable. Right now it's not a time of not wanting to do something like this, It's a time where us Christians are supposed to speak up no matter the circumstances. The title of this preach is called No Space for Doubt. Right now, the world is spinning in a direction it has never spun before. It's spinning in the direction of, fear, pain, confusion, and, most of all, death, Death is being really normalized right now. There's millions of deaths right now across the world, and, it's just making the whole world, question, what is going on? How do we protect ourselves from this? And it's just stirring up like a really dark moment into today's existence, today's world, because, a sickness is just taking out millions and millions, and there's no vaccine, there's no cure for it right now. Amen. And, during these dark moments, we need light, Anyone who goes through a dark time needs light. They always need someone or something to push them forward, something to always look forward to. Amen. And I want to say that God is this light, should be this light during this moment. Even though if we know someone that has been infected by corona personally, if you had a friend or a family that has been infected by corona, right now is not the time to gain doubt. Right now is not the time to gain fear. Right now is not the time for none of that. Right now is the time to grab yourself with God, to make yourself one as God, with not as, but with God. God can really be that light. God can really be that relief, I'm going to read something real quick, and it's John 8:12. John 8:12. La palabra se lee en nombre del Padre, Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that follows me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Amen. And right there it says, He is the light of life. And whoever walks with Him shall not walk in darkness, And like I just said, all the world is spinning in the direction of darkness, of confusion, of not knowing what's going on right now. Another Bible verse I want to read is John 15:4 and 5. La palabra se lee en nombre del Padre, Hijo y del Espíritu Santo. Abide in me, John 15:4. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. 5. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abides in me, and I in him, the same bring forth much fruit. Without me, ye can do nothing. Right there, it's just simple as that. We should just try to be connected with God, because without God, we are nothing, And it says right there, abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself. We can't produce nothing, we can't produce no fruit, except it abide in the vine. And then 5, it says, I am the vine, and ye are the branches. God is the vine, and we're the branches, and without Him, we can't do nothing. And that's the thing right now. We can't technically really not do nothing, but have faith, grow a stronger relationship with God, build a stronger, bond with God, an unbreakable bond with God, an unbreakable chain with Him, because we don't want that faith to be destroyed. We don't want doubt to overcome us and to destroy what we're supposed to be building with God during these moments. It's just a hard time, but it's a time to gain faith. It's not a time to gain fear. It's not a time to gain doubt. It's a time where we're supposed to set our feet straight, on the rock, which is God. We're supposed to lay down our ground and tell the enemy, yes, there is a sickness going around that can kill people, but that don't mean it's gonna kill my faith with God. that don't mean you're gonna destroy what I've had built with God over the years. It's not a time of doubt. It's a time of faith. It's not a time to gain fear. It's a time to be one with God. It's time to just be one with God and just to build and talk to him and just to be one with him, because when we're with him, that's our best versions of ourselves, and that's the only thing we could do if we know people infected or affected with coronavirus, is just be our best versions of ourselves and give those people faith and not be negative, not give those people doubt of like, oh, I don't know what's gonna happen next, or oh my gosh, I'm gonna pray for God to not to let you die. Like that is not what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to do that. We're supposed to just pray for those people's health, pray for their families, pray for those friends, because they have those things too, friends and family. So all we could do is provide the best versions of ourselves, which is not having doubt in our hearts with God, just giving all of our everything to God to build something with him during this time. Amen. You also might be asking me, or like asking yourself, why should we gain faith? Why should we even have our heads up during this time? People I know are being infected. People I know are dying because of corona. Like, what's the deal here? Why should I have faith? And the only answer I could give you right now is that these things have been prophesied in the Bible. God has said these things will happen when his time is near. Natural disasters, sicknesses, that should make you gain faith that the word, the Bible, who knows how old the Bible is, but the word is still being completed in today's date, of May 1st. Today's May 1st, that things are happening that God has promised years ago. So if those things are happening now that he promised years ago, why is it time for you to doubt him? Why? If anything, it should make you gain faith, people. It should make you realize, wow, the Holy Spirit is still talking in today's day after who knows when the word was said to be prophesied. God has prophesied. God has said these things were going to happen. So all we could do now is grab onto him, like I said, and make him our security blanket. Make him our God. Put all of our faith and all of our safetyness, all of our just all of us onto him, and just for him to hold us and just, wind us up like babies, carry us like babies. And I'm going to go to Numbers 23:19. God is not a man that he shall lie, neither that the Son of Man that he should repent. Has he said, and shall he not do it? Or has he spoken, and shall he not make it good? What I'm trying to get with this verse, what I'm trying to make you understand with this verse is that it says God is not a man. So that means God is not human. Humans lie. So what does that mean? God doesn't lie. So all these prophecies are going to continue. All these things he has said in the Bible when his time is near is going to continue. God doesn't need to lie. God doesn't lie at all. So all this being said, all of this happening right now has been prophesied before, has been said that it's going to happen when his time is near. And now it's just a question to you where I ask you is that if you're losing faith right now, I got a question for you. Where will your faith stand once your body is being harmed, not by any disease, not by your sickness, but by another human being, for you believing in God, for you talking about God? Where will your faith stand then? Where will your questionability be then? It's something you need to think about if you're losing faith now. Is where will your faith stand when you're not being hurt by a disease, but you're being hurt by another human for talking about the light of life, for grabbing onto the light of life, So as we get closer, that means, our faith should be stronger. Our connection with God should be stronger because we know the time is near. So take that all of that doubt out your heart, all of that fear, and just throw it all away with him, with God's power, you know, with God's authority, with God's blood, and just take it all away and just tell him, God, if you are near, let me lose all of this that doesn't belong to you. Let me clear all my thoughts and clear all of my heart, clear anything that doesn't belong to you, and just let me build faith, and just let me be with you while ye may be found. And yeah, so that was the word that, you know, God is coming near. And so as God comes near, you shouldn't lose your faith. If anything, you should grow on it, you know, build with it. And if you don't have any faith, you know, just look for him, you know. And it's not, and it wouldn't be hard if you're actually looking for him with all of your heart, you know. You could say God, 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 all you want, but if you're not looking for him with this right here, with his home, this is his home. This is where he sleeps. This is where he eats. And if you're not doing that with this, you're not going to find him. Amen. And for the people that go to my church, I just want to remind you that it's not the people, it's not the building that makes the church, but the people who go inside of the building that makes the church. So to keep our faith strong, when we go back there, you know, it's just a different atmosphere, you know, a different presence, and that I miss you guys and I love you guys. So God bless, and I hope you guys are safe and sound.